And let me know another video, bro, concerning Hollywood Next and infamous Sylvia. Look here, man. I don't get in all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I told Spitfire on the very same day that she dropped that report concerning what went down the morning of infamous Sylvia and Hollywood Next. And I said in her chat, I was like, look here, to me, R. Kelly supporters, advocates or whatnot, you don't involve yourself in bringing that shit to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it. I don't care how true it is, how fake it is, how in the middle between it is. You don't do that. What you do is you let Sylvia and you let Hollywood Next, you let them bring whatever it is that went down between them. You let them bring that to YouTube. You don't insert yourself in the middle of that. It don't matter what somebody on YouTube or Twitter who is outside of you, who might be privy to what's, the insides of what's going on and stuff like that. You don't concern yourself with that. You know what I'm saying? If individuals like that want to get on Twitter or YouTube and put something out like that about some type of interaction that's going on between those two, let that one particular person do that. You don't involve yourself in that foolishness, because at the end of the day, let's say that the side that you was leaning toward was false, straight up. So you was consulting on the down low with one particular person who broke the story, right? They had the insides on it. So this person reaching out to you, they know that you have a decent R. Kelly sector following on YouTube. So they reached out to you and say, hey, look, this is what went down with infamous Sylvia. It's bogus. It's foul. The person who did this is out of pocket. It's a false police report. And you jump on YouTube reporting that. It's going to put you in a bad spot later on if it comes out that it's just not the case. Because, I'm not saying this by anybody in particular, but if you ain't take the time to fully, because we say this about R. Kelly all the time, legacy mainstream media, they already got their marching orders. We understand this from the beginning. So anything that they, run into Twitter or wherever else to report, we already know that they got their marching orders. The marching orders is, look, it ain't about you reporting anything that has anything to do with contradicting the already established narrative of him being guilty. It ain't about you reporting that. We don't care how juicy, how up-to-date, current, and how relevant new information that you may have come across. We don't care. if the shit ain't, you know, saying, hey, look, R. Kelly is guilty. The mainstream narrative has been that he's always been guilty from the start. We don't want to publish anything that's going to be contradictory of that, no matter how credible what we may be reporting could be. So you have to keep that in mind when these are the things that I keep in mind. Let me back up for a moment. These are the things that I keep in mind when it comes to videos that I put out on YouTube. Because trust me when I believe you. You know, I have this one particular person that subscribed to my channel that's always talking about, hey, you know, you should do longer commentary. You should post longer commentary. But oftentimes I think to myself, why should I? You know? Because even when you post longer commentary that may put out the truth on certain type of issues concerning your R. Kelly, it don't matter. It don't matter because the narrative is that ain't nobody trying to hear you any damn way. So, I mean, yeah, I get on here, I say what I got to say, you know, spit my little spiel or whatever, but it's wild, man. It's really unfortunate. It's like, you know, people get on here and, you know, hey, you know, R. Kelly, he got accused of sexual assault by a motherfucking stop sign. Let's believe it. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I even did a video a couple of days ago. I think it was around Sunday, this past Sunday or Saturday. It was about Daryl McDavid. You know, it was about. It's like it was something on a video that I had did last year on the subject of too little, too late. You know, the people who had something very important to say, who could have said something at the time that, you know, right directly after the time Surviving R. Kelly dropped. You did? They could have said something at that time, and they didn't do it. You heard me? They didn't do it. So when you look back at this recent verdict, and Daryl McDavid, he got acquitted of all charges. I'd be the first to admit, yeah, I gave him some props, because I said, you know what he did for him, you know, for the majority of his time on the stand. I give him props for that. You did. But at the end of the day, it's a little too late. That's what my video was, and I never actually put it up on YouTube. That's what the video was about, because consistently the individuals who had the most to say at the time that it really mattered, where it could have made the most difference, them mofos kept their damn mouth shut. You hear me? They kept their mouth shut. That ain't got nothing to do with God. Cause like I've said on some other videos, 'cause you know, I got some people that's gonna disagree with me and be like, he this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, that ain't God. That ain't Jesus. Think about this. If this was really supposed to work out in R. Kelly favor, what would make you think that the Almighty had anything to do with what has gone down so far? This man then royally got fucked over. I don't get anybody who believe in that upper power could believe that the upper power has something to do with anything involving this foolishness. But I keep hearing people bring it up over and over again, over and over again. You did? You know? But this is I keep pointing it out to people, look here. I'll keep pointing it out to people. You have to understand something when it comes to the law of causality and effect, which is the universal law that deals with the Almighty. I don't care what religion that you call yourself subscribing to. The law of cause and effect. You don't involve the Almighty's name in any type of bullshit that involves whatever type of case that a person is going through right now, that involves some type of conviction or mistrial. You don't do it. What do they say? God is good all the time, right? Okay, so if God is good all the time, then what do that mean when it comes to a mistrial? That mean that ain't all good. What do that mean when it comes to a defendant who is not guilty being convicted on certain counts? That's not good. You heard me? It is. Y'all tell me what you think. Comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Every fresh. One love over above.